I saw my son being murdered. In that instant, my mind went completely blank. I rushed straight to that convenience store. But what I didn't expect, they deliberately left one of their accomplices at the scene. I tackled him to the ground. In the struggle, I yanked off his mask and burned that face deep into my memory. It wasn't until he escaped that I realized my son was already choking. The doctors tried everything they could, but they still couldn't save his life. What broke me even more was learning he didn't die from blood loss. He drowned in his own blood as it filled his lungs. The pain he suffered was far more brutal than I could imagine. I swore I'd make the people who killed him pay in blood. But when the trial came, I gave an answer that shocked everyone. When the judge asked if I could confirm that man was the killer, I said that it was too dark, that I couldn't clearly see his face and couldn't be sure, because I knew they were the most powerful gang in town. Bribing the court was nothing to them, and even if convicted, he'd get no more than 3 years. 3 years could never make up for what he did. So I chose to give false testimony, just so I could kill him with my own hands. But what is even more infuriating is when judges release murderers due to insufficient evidence. His crew swaggered up to the courthouse to welcome him, as if they had just won a great victory. I watched them from a distance, their laughter cutting into me like knives. I quietly followed their car, memorized where the killer lived, then went home and tore through the shed looking for a weapon. But I wasn't a professional killer. All I had were some gardening tools. After a long search, I found an old rusty dagger. That night, I waited outside his house. The moment he stepped out, I would rush in and end him.
Jesus!
When he saw me, he showed no remorse at all. Instead, he viciously insulted my dead son. In that moment, my rage completely swallowed my reason. If the law wouldn't bring me justice, I would take it myself. In the fight, I drove the blade into his stomach, but that wasn't enough. I pulled it out and stabbed again. By the time he stopped fighting back, my hand suddenly froze. I realized I had stabbed him dozens of times without control. To avoid getting caught, I pulled the weapon from his body, drove out to a bridge in the outskirts, wiped it clean with a towel, and tossed it into the drain below. When I got home, I broke down in the bathroom and sobbed uncontrollably. I didn't know if what I did was right or wrong, but killing him with my own hands gave me a twisted sense of relief.